How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews back with yet another review, and yeah.
Joe from NEPA Beer Reviews.
And we're in his basement, and we're doing all kinds of beer stuff today.
Yes.
It was like a beer marathon, really, is what it was.
Yeah, pretty much.
And brewed 3 beers. I brewed 3 beers. He watched.
Matt did a lot today. It was crazy how much he did.
Yeah. He's going to brewery school.
I know,
right?
I
don't even know.
I think Matt should be the one out there.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And yeah, I did nothing. We did a couple homebrew reviews, and we did a couple other reviews, and it got really cold outside, so we went downstairs, and now we're doing yet another review of a Deschutes beer.
Yes, Black Butte XXVI.
Yes.
Yeah, 26th birthday reserve. It's ale brewed with pomegranate molasses, with 50% aged in bourbon barrels, blended with ale with cocoa nibs and cranberry added. It didn't sound as awkwardly as I'm reading it. is how awkwardly it's written on the bottle.
Yeah, pretty much.
So,
have you had any of their anniversary stuff?
No.
Okay.
This is the first. I think I've had Black Butte before.
But not this.
I have not had that before. I've been wanting to try different variants.
When did we get this?
You got that for me a while ago.
Yeah, so it is 6/13/15.
Best
Buy, best after.
No, best
sorry.
after.
Oh, we can't drink it. It's only
Put it
May.
back on the shelf.
It's only May 2015. Oh, a month away. Yeah. But I got it. I'm gonna say
a couple months ago.
No, it was last year at least. My brother came back from the Air Force, and I went and visited him. I'm going to say probably September of last year. Does that make sense?
It does, yeah.
Yeah, so right around there. So it has enough time on it, so let's drink it. There we go. Lid-wise, it's cool. I mean, it's just text on black. There's really not much going on there.
No,
I mean,
I like it. It's been the same label every year.
Oh, I smell it already. Oh, look at me. Or maybe I'm just making shit up in my brain.
Maybe.
Thought it would be a little darker.
Yeah, that's not too dark. Good amount of carbonation on it.
I smell like almost like a I think like a Belgian fruitiness. That could be just my.
So I'm not really smelling a whole lot of anything, but then again, stuff done. You know,
yeah, I've had like pretty wicked. That's exactly. Tired hands. This is the exact. This is one. This is the carton one exactly, like shape wise. Maybe a little thicker. But yeah, color wise, I mean, it's got decent, nice head on it. Probably like what I would call my coffee color head.
Yeah.
Decently creaminess, and it's dark. It's not like what's it called, like almost like old ale-ish, dark brown ale-ish color. It's not like Imperial Stout color.
No, it's also not really an Imperial Stout. It's more of an Imperial Porter.
Yeah.
So it is more porter-like in color than stout.
Yeah, and they call it an ale brewed. You know what I mean? I've had what have I had from Deschutes? I think I had the Black Butte before, and I had, what's the other one? What's the other big one from them? But dark, not regular. It's slipping my mind right now. I don't know why.
I don't know. I've had an IPA from them, like fresh squeezed or something along those lines. I forget what it was exactly, but I've had that from them. I haven't had like where we are. We don't see a whole hell of a lot of Deschutes. You know, you'd have to go down to
To
Philly.
get actually if you go to like Bloomsburg, oddly enough, they get distributed. Yeah, there's
I've only ever seen them like just going down to Philly. I've seen like Black Butte and all that kind of shit.
Yeah, Paul from PA Brew News, he goes to a place out in Bloomsburg, and I have it, but it's like the price mark is crazy on it. I mean, obviously,
I think that place is rare, like fairly new still.
Yeah,
like they've not been open for very long.
But I went to visit my brother, like I said, from the Air Force. He's lives about an hour and a half away from here outside Harrisburg, and that's where I picked this up at like a pizza joint. It wasn't even like a crazy beer place. I mean, they had decent beers.
Was this? Where'd you pick this up? You remember?
At it's a pizza place. It was like a place you go in. It's like almost like a miniature Sabatini's, but not as great of a selection.
Okay.
It wasn't like a craft. They have craft beer, and they advertise that they have good beer, but it's not like...
It wasn't House of Hampton, was it?
No. It was actually like south. It was in I could tell you the town, but it's not northeast. It's southwest of Harrisburg.
Oh, okay.
It's like almost like Carlisle-ish in
area.
Okay. It was just some random it was a place a tiny place you would go into. They had a couple coolers and a couple beers and whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, looks kind of. I would say south of even stoutish, whether it be porter or stout or whatever. It's just a little bit south color-wise. As far as the nose, it smells nice.
I'm seeing what you said with almost like a Belgian-y kind of.
It definitely smelled like a molasses there. Is that they said it was in there?
Pomegranate molasses.
Yeah, I definitely get molasses out of that sucker.
I don't really get pomegranate, but...
No, pomegranate's like a weird thing.
It is a weird
It's almost like the most annoying fruit in the history of mankind, because you have to harvest 17,000 pomegranates to get an ounce of eatable fruit.
Yeah.
So to me, when I think of pomegranate, I think of almost like your berry line, whether it be raspberry or berry, stuff like that. You're not really getting that here. It's pretty much just like brown sugar, molasses, that kind of thing going on.
Yeah, very sugary.
Yeah.
Real nice, though.
It smells awesome.
Yeah.
Then, cheers.
That's really nice.
I like it, but there's a weirdness to it. That is not negative at all in any form or fashion.
There's a weird kind of flavor going on.
I think it might be like a tartness, the fruit tartness. Mm-hmm. Maybe from that pomegranate.
Probably.
But it's rich. It's very rich. At the same time, it's drinkable. It's got this really nice mouthfeel to it.
It's definitely like a sipping kind of beer. You're gonna have
I'm
maybe
chugging it right now.
You're gonna maybe have this much of it. You're gonna have a snifter or a fancier kind of glass and just kind of take your time with it.
Yeah, it's an absolutely delicious beer. I think that fruit, it has to be that fruit. There's that, it says pomegranate molasses aged in bourbon barrels blended with ale and cocoa nibs.
50% aged in bourbon barrels.
Oh, cranberry added. That's what
cranberry.
The cranberry. It's totally cranberry. It's that tartness. Like if you ever had cranberry juice, that's exactly what it is. I couldn't place it in the second I read it. I was like, cranberry.
Yeah, I actually I forgot about it as well.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Almost I feel like an idiot not even saying it, because that's how easy, the second I read it, my brain was like, cranberry. It's a cool twist on it. It's gives you how do I say it? Almost like when you get that weird, I don't want to say weird finish, but you get a different finish on a beer that kind of caps the end of it, that kind of seals the show for you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting from it.
I mean, I'm not picking up a whole lot of barrel from this, but, it is a blend. It is, only 50% of it was aged in a bourbon barrel. I'm not picking up a whole lot of bourbon barrel, which is okay. Also not really getting a whole lot of cocoa nib.
I didn't.
Chocolatey kind of,
I didn't up until now. I'm starting to kind of dissect it a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel like if I was going to break it down, I get like a kind of barrel, just an ever so slightest bit of barrel.
Yeah.
A huge sweetness, and then it's that pomegranate or
the
cranberry lingers, and somewhere in there is a muddled. I don't want to say cocoa nib, almost like a milk chocolate, but it's very subtle. It's definitely not prominent. I think it's like a third or fourth player in the whole beer. It's not
chocolate for me is more into the mouthfeel. It's more of a chocolatey kind of creamy milk chocolatey mouthfeel. Like I said, I'm not really picking up a whole lot of barrel. But it's very good. I'm getting that kind of cranberry tartness, which really works.
Yeah.
With the beer.
The more I drink it, the more I'm into it. It's definitely, I'll put it this way, It's definitely one of the more all over the place beers with a lot of different stuff going on.
Yeah.
And it's not very like. And sometimes beers are cohesive. Like we talked about a couple of beers today, where like, oh, age will do this better and it'll become more singular. But this is more like it's a lot of flavors being thrown at you, individual flavors, but in a good way, as opposed to being a jarring thing to where it's like, oh, it's not really melding, it's not really working for me. I like the fact that there's like a ton of these different, whether it be that cranberry tartness or you know what I mean, the sweetness or the molasses or whatever. It just kind of works for me. I mean, I like it in a way that I like it in a way like a S&M guy likes being spanked. Like it's like when he's walking around and in his daily life, he talks about how he likes things and how he likes this, but in reality, he dislikes a different part of his life. That's the weirdest analogy I've ever talked about in my life on time.
Yeah, this.
How many beer reviews do you talk about S&M and BCL? I didn't take BCL today. I didn't talk about BCL. I'm going to edit that out. Yeah. Anyway, I don't even know why that came out. I meant S&M.
No, like, I know what you mean.
But it's like a weird thing where. Typically, the flavors in this, like, I'm not a huge sour person, so tartness usually doesn't work for me. I like molasses.
I mean, I like sour beers, but in other styles, I like a balance. So what tartness is there, I feel works to the kind of the base, and then everything else that's going on. You know?
Yes. You know what you know what this is? And I think this is could sum it up in the most easily digestible terms. It's a Michael Bay movie. It's a lot of flash, a lot of in your face explosions and whatever, but in a good way. Like I love me some Shawshank. I love me some well-written movies that touch me, but I also like some visceralness. Yeah. And to me, while this is absolutely a great well-made beer, it's also very in-your-face with all its flavors. It's like, here's this flavor, here's this flavor. It's not like very subtle, like, oh, all this stuff is melded great together. It's just very in-your-face, and it works for me. That's all I know.
Yeah, it's...
rating-wise, I would give it a 93, actually. That's what I'd give it.
Yeah, I'm probably right there with you. I'd probably go like A-.
Yeah.
So.
Value and availability, I totally don't remember what I paid for them. I think I paid $17.99. I'm almost, actually, you know what? I'm positive I paid $17.99. Value, I'd give it a 7. I'd like it to be in a more $15 to $16 range.
Yeah, but for what it is, for like kind of an anniversary
beer, barrel aged, the whole nine, with all those ingredients going on.
With, you know, we don't exactly know how much.
It's a lot of legwork. If this is actually what's going on, there's a lot of legwork involved.
Yeah, it's not an easy beer to put out.
Yeah.
You know, this is the second this beer leaves the facility, they're thinking about next year's beer.
Yeah.
You know, what's going to go into next year's batch of this.
And what do you think about this as far as aging goes? It's a weird one for me, aging-wise. I'm not quite sure what will build and what will gain. I don't know if that tartness is going to build or settle out. I don't know if that everything else is going to build or gain. It's a weird beer.
It's tough. I mean... When you're putting out a beer like this, you know, every single batch is called Black Butte something. You know, with 25 was different than this one, and 24.
It's almost like a coupe. It's going to be the...
Yeah, it's going to... Every year they put out something different for their anniversary year. So it's almost like... Get as many years as you feel you want, and then try them all side by side. So I think age this as much as you want to age it.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah, it's a weird beer. Like usually, like I'm an aged person. I love a beer with a ton of age on it. But usually, if I drink a beer, I'm like, okay, I think you should wait this long or drink it now. This has me befuddled, man. I couldn't say like really in 5 years this is going to be better, or I don't know if it was better 6 months ago. I don't know.
Yeah, or would it technically be better in June?
Yeah, a month from now. It's just one of those weird things where I let's put it this way: unless that cranberry tartness goes absolutely sideways and takes over the beer, which at this point it's not going to.
No, if it was, it would have already.
It's going to be a good beer. It's just going to be different. So it's like one of those cool beers. Like I have a bottle. I haven't cracked it yet. Wait another year or so, crack it, and just like we should watch this review while we're drinking the other one, while watching the review.
Yeah.
To be like, wow, man, it totally doesn't taste like the same beer. And that's what we're going to do. So, like I said, what did I say? 93, 94, somewhere around
93.
93?
And I'm right about
A-.
Yeah.
Value, like I said, 7. Availability, it's an anniversary beer, so your mileage may vary. But you can get it. It's a beer you can find, like in my area, not here, but if I drive it on our way, you can find it. So I'd give it availability of 6.
Like, I mean, I haven't seen it before, but at the same time, I'm not traveling when it would be out.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Like, if I was in Philly when this beer would be hitting Philly, I'd probably find it no problem. You know, but at the same time, I'm not. Like, I haven't been. So.
It's an absolutely delicious beer. If you're
it's very good.
I don't even know what to associate this with. Usually I go through the whole, if you like this beer, you'll like this beer.
I mean,
it's a weird one. I can't really compare it.
If you've had a lot of exposure to Deschutes and you like Black Butte and you want to see what they do with Black Butte when they up the alcohol a little bit and add different shit to it, there you go. This is your beer, because this is 10.8. Doesn't taste like it. You know regular Deschutes, regular Black Butte is like 5 to 6 range.
Yeah. You know what this reminds me of? And I say if you like this, and this is going to be a way off the cuff thing. If you, like me, I'm not a huge sour guy. If you like berries, because berries are prominent in the sour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you like berries, and you've had a ton of, like, I want to say, like, raspberry or blackberry beers, but they're sours, and you wish there was a blackberry raspberry beer that wasn't a sour, but it was like a barrel-aged version of that, but not a sour. That's what this kind of reminds me of, is like a kind of a berry beer that's not a sour. Like, and almost all berry beers are sour. Right? Pretty much every one. I can think of.
For the most part, yeah.
So it's like weird. Anyway, it's a good beer. Deschutes. Really, I mean, any of their beers that I've had are really well made.
Yeah.
I think, I can't recall, but one of them I gave, like, not a horrible score, but, like, in the 70s, but it was just, like, it was I don't know, it was Black Butte, something. Anyway, regardless. Great beer. Absolutely worth giving a whirl. There you go. Another review in the books. Yeah. So if you liked the review, hated the review, whatever, please leave a comment in the comment section below. If you like, check us out anywhere else on the internet. You can. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Untapped. Massive beers on all 4 of those places. Joe?
NEPAbeerreviews.squarespace.com for a lot of our written reviews, homebrew stuff. I have a little bit of time off from school now, so I'm going to start actually doing more things in our homebrew section of our website. Other than that, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at NEPA Beer Reviews.
There you go. For the review down. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a nice barrel-aged anniversary beer right now. And hopefully see you next time. Cheers.